Today is May Day, a day of global solidarity, a day rooted in the fight for the 8-hour workday and reclaimed by generations who have marched for dignity, safety, and respect on the job. We stand shoulder to shoulder with working families, parents, teachers, grocery clerks, farm workers, tech laborers, nurses, and organizers who make our communities run. But we cannot ignore the harm happening in real time. The first 100 days of Trump's return to office, backed by billionaire enabler Elon Musk, have seen all-out assaults on our workers' rights and democratic values. Union busting has intensified. Overtime paid protections have been gutted. Workplace safety rules are being slashed. Immigrant workers are under attack. Affordable housing and healthcare funding are being cut. It's not just bad policy, it's an attack on our humanity. And still, we are here, loud, united, and undeterred. We are not just resisting, we are reclaiming the future, a future where every worker earns a livable wage. Unions are not feared but welcomed and respected. Housing is a human right and not a privilege for the wealthy. We invest in education, public health, and clean energy jobs, not billionaire tax cuts and corporate giveaways. Every person, no matter what race, gender, income, or documentation status, has the freedom to thrive. And we know the truth. When we organize, we win. Look around. This crowd, this spirit, this power, this is how we fight back. Not alone, but together. As neighbors, as workers, as truth tellers, and peace builders. So let's make it count. Let's support the food drive tonight. Let's lift up groups like Tri-Valley Haven, defending survivors and housing the unhoused. Let's join our unions, support strikes, write letters, vote, and keep showing up. Our protests are not symbolic. They are fuel for the movement. And together, we will defend our rights, protect our democracy, and build Tri-Valley and an America that truly works for all of us. We're joined tonight by powerful community leaders who walk the talk every day, whether it's fighting for survivors, uplifting students, or defending workers' rights. These are the people who remind us what real leadership looks like. Let's welcome them with all the energy and gratitude this crowd can bring. Woo! Our first speaker represents an organization at the heart of compassion and justice in our community. Dillman has devoted her career to protecting the most vulnerable among us, survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, and homelessness. She has worked at Tri-Valley Haven since 2001 and now serves as its executive director. For over 4 decades, Tri-Valley Haven has been a lifeline for adults and children in crisis, offering food, shelter, advocacy, and hope. Christine holds degrees from Brandeis and UC Davis and has served on state and regional coalitions dedicated to ending gender-based violence. Her leadership is grounded in values that resonate deeply with today's gathering: equity, inclusion, kindness, and self-determination. Please join me in welcoming a champion who works every day to build a safe and thriving Tri-Valley, Christine.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Christine Dillman, and I'm the Executive Director of Tri-Valley Haven. Tri-Valley Haven, we create homes safe from abuse. So Tri-Valley Haven, we have the only confidential domestic violence shelter in the area. We also have the only shelters that take teenage boys as part of families. That might be surprising to you, but most shelters do not take teenage boys. So Tri-Valley Haven does it differently. Unfortunately, the past 100 days has been really hard for myself and anyone who works for a nonprofit because we just don't know where our funding is going to come from. If Tri-Valley Haven does not exist, then a woman named Rosa, who was a Pleasanton mom fleeing abuse with her son, who came to our shelter about 6 months ago and has since graduated and is in her own home, her own safe home. Without the funding, Tri-Valley Haven will not be able to do that. Without funding, Tri-Valley Haven will not be able to have our client choice food pantry that you all are supporting tonight. So these services are so important for our community, and they're supported by our communities, but they're also supported by our federal government, or they were supported by our federal government. So it's so important for us to come together and for us to let our elected officials know that our nonprofits are our safety net. Thank you.
Food drop-off? Yes, you can drop it off at Tri-Valley Haven Food Pantry. You Google it, you'll find it. Perfect.
So Tri-Valley Haven does have a website. It's www.trivalleyhaven.org. We also have a 24-hour crisis hotline. So if you know anybody who is in danger, they can call Tri-Valley Haven 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and a trained advocate will answer the phone. It won't be an answering service. So anytime, 24 hours a day, that number is 1-800-884-8119. Thank you all so much for being here. You know, we couldn't do what we do without each and every one of you. So thank you so much.
Our next speaker is a dedicated educator and tireless advocate for teachers, students, and public schools. Evan Branning is the newly elected president of the Association of Pleasanton Teachers and a longtime public servant who previously served on the Livermore City Council. He brings both classroom experience and community leadership to his work, fighting for fair pay, better working conditions, and the resources every student deserves. Whether in council chambers or on school campuses, Evan shows up for working families, for equity in education, and for the future of our public schools. Please join me in welcoming a passionate leader who knows that strong schools build strong communities, Evan Branning.
Thank you. I am here today because your students are struggling. Your educators are overworked and your schools are failing. We must do more than just fight back against these draconian cuts. We need to work to lift up our children's future. Right now is the time for us to work together to get funding for IDEA and to fully fund our schools. More than ever, the profession of teaching is struggling. My teachers are seeing discipline and behavior issues that we've never seen before. Our profession needs your help. We need your support. As the Association of Pleasanton Teachers president, I see what my teachers are facing every single day. We're facing cuts in the classroom. We're facing reduced resources. We're facing larger class sizes. We're facing a mic check. We need to stand together to make sure that we can get the resources our educators need. When our union comes to the community and asks for your support and asks for your help, I need all of you to stand up and say, we believe you. We understand what teachers are going through. The cuts that are coming to the Department of Education and Trump's absolute war on NLRB and our ability to organize is designed to leave us with a future where students don't get the resources they need, where they don't have the society, the comfort and the community that they need to be able to be productive members of our society. May Day was built on the backs of our ancestors who fought and died for an 8-hour workday. We need to have that organization now. We have the people. We have the organization. We have the community. We need to stand up and not just ask to keep what we have, but to ask for more, to demand more. We need to organize, because when we fight, we win. When we organize, we win. Together, we will win. We need all of you to fight and win together. Stand with our students, stand with our unions, stand with our workers. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Evan. Our next speaker is a proud educator and a passionate labor activist and a history maker in Pleasanton. Charlie Jones has spent nearly a decade in the classroom, championing every student's right to a quality education and the right to be their full, authentic selves. He brings that same passion to the role in the Pleasanton School Board, where he made history in 2024 as the city's first openly LGBTQ+ elected official. As a leader of the California Teachers Association, Charlie stands with over 300,000 educators fighting for equity, dignity, and resources in our public schools. His voice reminds us that education is a cornerstone of democracy, and that when we fight for teachers and students, we fight for a better future. Let's give a warm welcome to a leader who embodies courage, care, and commitment to justice, Charlie Jones.
All right, everyone, good evening. My name is Charlie Jones, and I am your proud district representative, board trustee for Area 4 in Pleasanton. And like you said, the first queer elected in our city's 130-year history because of you. Because you showed up in 2024, you voted, you canvassed, you organized, and this is the energy that we need now. Even before the midterm, this is what we need. I am a proud government teacher, which is something apparently we need a lot more of right now in office. But I'm also here to remind Evan that he has now served 10 years as a teacher in Pleasanton. So congratulations for that. I'm working my way there. It is not easy. But when you love what you do, it's what keeps you doing it. And you being here shows that you love what you do. You love the ideals of what this country can potentially live up to. You see the opportunity and the potential of what it should be, even when it isn't always, and quite often for those who get left behind. Because of you, we successfully fought back and rejected rollbacks to Title IX in Pleasanton. We are one of the first districts in the area to say no and reject that, because you emailed, you called, you showed up to board meetings. When we were having concerns about what to cut, you showed up and you helped me in blocking cuts to our continuation school, where many of our trans and African American students are. You blocked those cuts. You protected those students in that community. You helped me fight cuts to the ELD program, so it is continuing at the strength it should be in this district, because every child is entitled to the right of an education regardless of the language they speak and where they come from. And you are the ones that make that possible. So I am proud of you, but we can't stop now. There's still work that needs to be done. Just this week, because you all wrote in, you emailed, you helped out, Dublin has restored its pride flag, and it has a better resolution, all because of it, because of collaboration and work with the public and the community like you. This is the energy we need. This is why we don't stop. Like Evan says, it's not enough to catch up, it's more. We must go further and farther, because that is what our students and the future deserves. If you need other things to do right now, let me tell you, how many of you believe that we should have workforce housing so that our teachers can live in the community? Oh, this is great. How many of you believe that we should have mixed use housing so that more people can afford to live in Pleasanton? That people like me, my family, have been lifetime renters our entire lives here. People like us can finally afford a home in this community. I agree with you. And you have the chance to make that possible, because our school board is looking at the old Burnell property. We want to build potentially workforce housing and mixed use housing, but that will only happen is if you email the board and city council and you tell them we want that in Pleasanton. Because right now they are hearing NIMBYs that say no, we don't, that we only want single family housing, that we don't need workforce housing because they don't want it. Evan, do teachers want workforce housing? That's what I thought. So that's why I need y'all to email, to phone call, to show up to meetings and tell them, yes, we do, because everyone deserves to live here. Everyone, not just millionaires, but the people who also work here. We shouldn't have to commute and go home. We have the right to live in the community that we work in. You do. When we fight, we win. This is what we need to do. So thank you for showing up tonight to show that we don't bow to kings, that we are a democracy, that we are proud labor members, that we are proud community members, that we stand for public education, and that we believe in doing what needs to be done. Because again, when we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. And when we fight, thank you and have a good night.
Thank you, Charlie. And now I have a question for all of you. Can you show me what democracy looks like? Show me what democracy looks like. 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 That's right. Every single one of you out here tonight standing up for what is right. This is democracy. This is your voice. You are here to be heard. And I have something else to say, and maybe you'll join me. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Everything Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Everything Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Everything Trump has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Everything Trump has got to go. Woo! Make some noise. Shake your signs. Thank you for being here. Thank you for standing up for democracy. Thank you for standing up for working families. Thank you for standing up for labor. Before we close tonight, let's take a moment to thank the people who helped make this rally possible. To all of our incredible speakers, thank you for your courage and clarity. To all of our volunteers, especially the peacekeepers keeping us safe and organized, we are so very grateful. Thank you to John Hughes, without whom we would not have sound. Thank you, Pleasanton Recreation Service and the Police Department for their support and hosting us. A shout out to the surrounding businesses for their patience and solidarity. This movement does not end tonight. We keep going, and we keep going. Mark your calendars, Flag Day, June 14th. We're back in the streets because this is our flag and our country. And we will not sit silently while an autocratic regime hijacks our democracy. While billionaires throw military parades with our tax dollars, working families are losing rights, resources, and representation. That's not patriotism, that's propaganda. But we know courage is contagious. You being here is courageous. So let's keep showing up. Let's keep speaking out. Let's lift our voices together. I will see you on June 14th.